Hi, I want to take a couple of minutes to review the law of cosines. Now, like the law of sines, the law of cosines is necessary when we aren't dealing with right triangles. So for any triangle, we have three sides, and our convention is to label them A, B, and C. And we have three angles, and we label those angles alpha, beta, and gamma so that our angle alpha is opposite side A, our angle beta is opposite side B, and our angle gamma is opposite side C. Now, if you know two of those angles and the length of one of those sides, or if you know two sides and one of the two angles that isn't between those two sides, you use the law of sines. But if you have a side, an angle, and a side, for example, you have side C, you have angle beta, and side A. Or for example, you have side B, you have angle alpha, and C, or you have side A, angle gamma, and side B, you can use the law of cosines. And I'm going to write out the law of cosines for this third pairing, A, gamma, B, because these labels are 100% arbitrary. And the law of cosines starts off looking like the Pythagorean theorem, because the Pythagorean theorem is the law of cosines when you know the angle between your opposite and adjacent side happens to be 90 degrees. So the law of cosines says that side C squared is equal to the length of side A squared plus the length of side B squared minus 2 times A times B times the cosine of gamma. So if gamma is 90 degrees, cosine of 90 degrees is 0. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now, it's critical that you calculate gamma correctly and make sure you know whether it is a value between 0 and 90 degrees or between 90 and 180 degrees. Because if you have a stretched out triangle and you're using that big angle, it's possible to try and solve for angles using the law of sines and then apply the law of cosines using an angle that for the sine would have the same value, for example 45 and 135. The sine of 45 equals the sine of 135, and it's possible with the law of sines to not necessarily know if you would need 45 or 135 solving for your angle. With the law of cosines though, 45 gives you plus the square root of 2 over 2, 135 gives you minus the square root of 2 over 2, which means you would either subtract this term or add that term depending on the angle. So pay super careful attention if you're trying to use the law of cosines after using the law of sines. But if you're just looking at a triangle, see side, angle, side, from the get-go, use the law of cosines to find C. Then once you've found C, then use the law of sines to figure out alpha and beta. Thanks for watching.